Good morning everyone and welcome to the driveway and welcome back to my 1987 Nissan BE1 if I can walk away far enough to get it in frame. This is a fairly uncommon in the US imported Japanese car, and as such there are very few parts around for it. In the last episode you'll have seen me put an electronic Edelbrock fuel pump in it as well as adapting the new carburetor to it. Yesterday I drove it for the first time since then. And it left me stranded. The new fuel pump died. So today we're gonna fix that, hopefully, and make sure that it doesn't happen again. Also, hopefully. There's no guarantees here. Welcome to the channel. Masterpiece of automotive engineering this is. It is a K10 Nissan Micra with a retro body in it. It has an MA12 engine that was used in nothing except for the K12, the K10 and K11 Micra, which we never got here. So this thing is fun to get parts for, and also very Japanese. Anyway, what's not Japanese is this Chinese Edelbrock fuel pump and fuel filter assembly that I had here in the engine bay, and it was in the engine bay for a very good reason. I was lazy, but today I got under the car to see about putting a new one back on the fuel tank, and it's hard lines all the way back to the fuel tank. So engine bay it is. Now the problem, as I see it, is that these things just overheat and die, and in my case it overheated and died after less than 30 minutes of operation time in the car, which is wonderful. So I've got another one which I actually just had on my shelf. This one is 4 to 7 psi. It's actually a little bit of a hotter unit than the one that we're replacing, which is the what are we, 2 to 3.5 psi. The fuel requirements of a 50 horsepower 4-cylinder are not tremendous, as it turns out. So we're gonna slap this in here, but what we need to do is keep this cool. And as I understand it, the way that these vane fuel pumps work is there's a little fan in there, and when there's, in this case, 7 psi of restriction, that vane just kind of spins in an eddy of fuel in there. It doesn't really move anything more past that point. That fuel gets hot after a while, partially because of the little electric motor in here heating it up, and partially because engine bays are not exactly chill, icy cold places to be. So what we need to do is we need to keep fuel flowing through this thing at all times. Well, how do we do that? Well, let's take a look here at the mechanical fuel pump that this car would have used from the factory. This one is very broken, and because of aforementioned rare Japanese car, I can't get parts for it. I mean, I might be able to, but I don't care to. This has 3 lines. I had to stop and think for a minute. So this would have had input from the fuel tank, an output to the carburetor, and a return line. This car had a returned fuel system from the factory, which means we can take this return line and use it with this fuel pump, and that will mean that there's always a flow of fuel. This will also prevent vapor lock in the scorching Midwestern summers that this thing is about to be subjected to. I hope that tiny radiator is up to the task. However, if we just put a T in here after the fuel pump, then there's not going to be any pressure getting to our carburetor to fill up the absolutely minuscule bowl of our little Weber 38 mil. So I have this guy here. This is a Wix 33040. This is a fuel filter. You might have noticed the plastic one over there on the ground. This is a metal fuel filter because metal is more better. And this has 3 ports on it. Much like our factory fuel pump, it has a fuel inlet, a fuel outlet, and what it calls a vapor return. In practice, this is just a hole with an orifice in it. Good luck seeing the orifice, it's way back down here. And I think that that orifice will provide enough restriction for us to get our required 2-ish psi at the fuel pump. So this will go thereabouts. So, a little something like this, a little something like this. Don't you do that. And then I'll re-terminate these ends. I just use some bullet connectors. Big fan of bullet connectors. I like these little insulated ones off of Amazon. These guys, absolutely delightful. Let's see, we got hot and cold running flavors of both genders. And yeah, they're open barrel crimps, which are my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Open barrel crimps or nothing. It does not get better than an open barrel crimp. So let's crimp in an open barrel style. Yes, excellent job, Jake. Set up the camera, turn it on, and then do half of the actual job off camera. That is absolutely perfect. So we got our wires, we got our crimper, we stick the open barrel crimper in here, and we get her started. There she goes. Stick our wire through so that there's a little bit of the insulation in there, and squeeze her down. And what that gets us is, not only do we have the connection here on the small part of the crimp, but also we have a built-in strain relief here. So no matter how this shakes in the engine bay, it is not coming off. So now we'll do the other one. And what I'm doing is I'm sticking it in here into the crimper that much so that the larger wings can grab onto the insulation. I love these. There are butt crimp styles of these, and it is the only way that I will join two wires in a car. And also, as a benefit, the resulting connection is incredibly compact. It is barely larger than the insulation of the wires, so if you're having to replace like a split wiring harness or a cut wiring harness, they are definitely the way to go. And now I can just plug those into the same wires the old one was on, and we're golden. I'll keep my wires over there for now. I hate this. This hose is ridiculous. Something must be done. I don't know why I leave the camera running when I run off like that. Okay, let's get this down to this straight section here. There we go. That seems just a little bit more reasonable. And then that is our inlet. So that will be our suction from the tank. Alright, for science, I want to see what this looks like. That is not priming. It has a better chance of priming now. There's actually some fuel in there. So I think what actually happened here is the fuel gauge lies, and this guy ran out of fuel, and that's what seized the other one. So let's see what happens now. Well, that's fun. The other one self-primes pretty well. There it goes. Why is it... Okay. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good ratio, I think. Now there's fuel everywhere. Leak check. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll see if it starts. It does. It is... That is an impressively slow, cold idle. A little bit of choke. Okay, well, good enough for me for now. So I was running this for about 5 seconds at a time, just kind of moving it around the engine bay, seeing if it would prime, you know, with like a 30-second rest in between, and it seized. It broke. It didn't get warm or anything. It just twitches a little bit now. Okay, new fuel pump. This one is a click-clack, I think. Makes noises when I do that. So this is extremely cheap nonsense from Amazon, but it had next day shipping, 2-day shipping, I mean. So let's get this out of here. I already crimped the connectors onto the new one. We don't have a pre-filter on this guy, which is concerning, but oh well. So the pump that this is a clone of is good for 2 foot of draw at a 45-degree angle. This is at less than a 45-degree angle and less than 2 foot, so let's see if it primes. Yay. Okay, hook up the vapor line, and I think we're good to go. All right, we failed the leak check at first. Let's try now with some new fuel hose. Looking good. Looking good. But will it start? Probably not, because there's no choke, but hey, who knows? Nice. Well, it seems happy for now, so I'm gonna go take this and clean it for cars and coffee, and we can go look at all the other hoopies that show up. I mean, hopefully this makes it. It is only 3 miles from my house now, so I sure hope it does.
I am not on a mission. I am just trying to pad out this video length. We did make it, however, and we ran into Wes, a Nissan POW owner. His is an automatic, but there is a manual POW that might show up at some point. He 3D printed a cup holder for it, and we just checked, and the center console is the same as my car, so I might be getting a center console soon, which would be nice. But I love how much further Nissan went with the whole concept with these POWs, like the switch gear, the radio. Bonkers. So cool. Such cool cars. I love that you can get them in stick, and I love that there is one here with a stick. Ed brought his beautiful first-gen Volkswagen Rabbit, manual, diesel, red on red on red on red on red on red. He's wanting to put some sort of gas engine in this. I don't know. Daniel's got the Cyclone. Very clean. And his wife's stick Fox body. And yeah, let's roast some cars. I mean, I say roast, but immediately I'm just drawn to the Civic because small hatchbacks are the order of the day. And this thing is just beautiful. Oh yeah, automatic, unfortunately. Sorry, Honda-matic. Wood wheel, God yes. Fantastic. Is there any cringe? I'm here for the cringe. We've got an M3 with a 30th anniversary nonsense on it. That's pretty cringe. Cool, bro. K-swap Civic. New Civic. Oh my God. Right? Wait, what the hell?
Right.
How and why? I've never seen either of those here before. Typhoon and another Cyclone. So the wheels on this Cyclone are not factory, right?
Correct. I like them.
They work really well, and they're staggered, which is kind of cool. Is this?
They're all staggered.
Oh yeah, this is just a deeper dish.
Those look the same.
Yeah, I mean, we have the comparison right here. I do love that the Typhoon came in a variety of fun colors. Huh, is this modified at all, does it look?
Looks pretty stock.
Looks pretty stock. Garrett. Do not over-tighten air tube clamps.
Yeah, that's common to break them.
Oh, this one's lived a life. Interesting. Kind of like that.
Yeah, I would love it if it had like 200,000 miles on it.
Yes. Does the odometer's not digital on these, is it? It has can't see it from outside the truck.
He has the GM ABS mod from the 90s.
Unplug it all?
Yeah, so the light shuts off because they don't work.
I love lowered minivans so much. I just wish, and this generation of Odyssey is just fantastic looking. I just wish they didn't have a 100% failure rate on the transmission. That part's a shame. Brother, no. Just no. Ooh, 4-eyed fox body. I'm there. Gosh, I love the 4-eyes so much. I mean, 4-eyed notch is really where it's at, but it's mostly the interior. The interior on the 4-eyes, all those circular gauges, and they look like they're bolted in. It looks like an airplane. Oh, and it's a stick. Fantastic. Heck yes.
Huh, we have one Hoovy car, 2 Hoovy cars,
But no Hoovy. Very interesting. The supercar that nobody remembers, and I gotta give this thing credit. The owner road trips the absolute hell out of this car. I don't know how often he is sending it down to Texas to get things rebuilt, but he does drive the absolute crap out of this Esprit, which that takes some balls. That is impressive. Bronco, it's a box with wheels and a V8 motor. Yes, in my opinion, and obviously I am biased, Japanese cars are just kind of at their best when they're knocking off European shitboxes. You know, the BE1, knockoff Mini. This, knockoff, MG. NA Miata is a knockoff Lotus, and B Miata is a knockoff Jaguar XK. Fantastic. The NC, ugly as hell, because they try to do their own thing instead of copying European styling. And in my opinion, the ND's not that great looking either, for the same reasons. Fast, but boring. Fast, but purple. What the hell did I just see? What are you? What are you? Oh, it's a Studi. It's part of a Studi. It's a Studi and about 6 other things. With a Carter carb. Huh. Props for originality. I love it. Look at this quarter window on the hard top. So the actual window is just shaped like a triangle? No, it doesn't have one. It must be a snap-in thing. And it's got a manual with just a chunk taken out of the center console to fit it. That is awesome.
My dog don't like dogs.
Freaking. Probably the strangest thing here. Maybe the rarest, I don't know.
I thought about bringing her today, but I know.
That is dope. Automatic. That's not right. Is this a chopped Fiero? There should be more height. I love these Fiero GTs. It has an L67 swap with an intercooler. That is... What? And a manual? Huh. That looks fantastic. Big fan. CT200s are underappreciated, or maybe they're appreciated the right amount. Wagon spotted.
I haven't seen them, but
M3 converted F chassis wagon. It's the wide rear fenders, the front fenders, the hood, and a manual and an S55. I've talked to the owner. This thing is an absolutely fantastic build. Been a long time in the works too. Oh, is that a GTST? Oh, cute. Nice spec 997. I like the green calipers a lot. Does it have the right transmission? Yep.
what's happening, Jake?
Hey,
What is that?
I don't know the first thing about S2000s, but this probably seems like something special. There's some bigly fog lights. And that's the wrong engine, isn't it?
Available every day.
Isn't that a K-Series? Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about these. If it's a K-Series, then damn, that's cool. It is a wrong side drive. Neat. Wish I knew more about these to know what I was looking at, because I feel like I am really underselling whatever this is. don't see any castings telling me what that engine is. I feel like an idiot. Oh well. I'm not sure why it's in the show, but I absolutely love F10s. These have aged so nice, and actually the silver over white interior is really quite nice. Now look at the interior on, it's a, okay, 535, so he can't turn left or he will oil starve his engine. And I think this was the first car to have the steering wheel that my M2 has. But what a nice interior. They've aged so well. The screen is kind of integrated into the dash. They still have physical dials. They have that wonderful steering wheel. It just, future classic, I think. There's nothing pretentious about the design. It is just an car. Absolutely delightful.
Two Lotuses. Nice. Everyone is gone. We're leaving. So I guess I'll leave too. But we got the car fixed, so that's good. I don't know what the future has in store for this. It's got some rust issues, and the fact that it needs fuel injection. So I'm thinking maybe engine swap, like a 93 Sentra sort of deal, but I don't know how involved that is or how much time I have, but it is a quirky little guy. Let's see if he'll start. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Oh wow, the parking brake is actually holding it. Start. Wow. Stop shaking. All right, well, I guess I'll go get some lunch. If I made it, this will be the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If I didn't make it, well, I guess you'll see.